80 cents. That's what this loaf cost me. The bakery version, $10. Today, I'm showing you 4 sourdough recipes that have changed how you think about baking, starting with the one mistake that kills most beginner starters. We're making pizza for 70 cents, everything bagels for $1.20, a loaf of sourdough bread, and delicious lemon scones. All beginner friendly, no culinary school required. And if you've never touched a starter before, even better, that's exactly who this is for. We're starting with the easiest win first, my no-rice bagels. Because if you've never made sourdough before, I want you to feel like a rock star in the next 20 minutes. Here's what you'll need. Mix everything together until it forms a dough. Don't overthink it. This is one of those recipes where you can't really mess up. "20 minutes later, look at this. Soft, chewy, and warm. Einstein charges $2.50 per bagel. I just made 4 of these for $1.20 total. That's 30 cents each. Your breakfast budget just thanked me." Now that you've got an easy win, let me show you what else sourdough can do. This pizza dough is one of my favorites because it's fast. You can make it tonight and eat it tonight. We're using sourdough discard, a little baking powder, flour, water, and olive oil. Let it rise for about 15 minutes while you're prepping your toppings, then stretch it out. This whole pizza, the sauce, cheese, toppings, cost me about 70 cents to make. Takeout, $18 to $23. And here's what I need you to understand. This tastes better. That crispy, chewy, slightly tangy crust, that's what sourdough does. If you're loving these budget-friendly meals, you'll definitely want to check out my brand new Plant Some Pennies meal plan. It's packed with affordable, delicious recipes just like these, all for under $5 total. I break down the cost, give you meal prep tips, and even show you how to turn leftovers into brand new meals so nothing goes to waste. You can grab it right now through the link below and start saving money while eating plant-based. All right, here's the secret I promise, and this one's important. 3 months ago, I left my starter on the counter during a heat wave. I came back to find it completely molded. I was devastated. I thought, great Rose, you've been feeding this thing for a year and it just killed it. But then I remembered this backup jar I stuck in the fridge months ago. Hadn't thought about it, hadn't fed it, just left it there. Within 24 hours, I brought everything back to life. It can sit there for months, even up to 6 months. Then after that, you should feed it to keep it active. And if your main starter ever molds, spills, or you forget to feed it, you'll have an instant backup. Trust me, you'll thank me later. Drop a bagel emoji in the comments if you ever killed a starter. I know I'm not the only one. Okay, now that you know how to save your starter, let me show you how to make one from scratch. Because all these recipes start with a sourdough starter, and it's way easier than you think. Day 1. In a clean jar, mix equal parts flour and water. I use half a cup of each, but add a bit extra flour to get a semi-thick pancake consistency. After mixing your starter, grab yourself a rubber band or scrunchie and line it up where your sourdough starter starts, so this way you can tell if it rolls or not. Next, you're going to cover it up with plastic wrap and a dishcloth and put a rubber band around that. I like to use plastic wrap in both and a dishcloth for faster fermentation. Every day for the next 5 to 7 days, you're going to feed it with the same ratio. Half a cup of water, half a cup of flour, and a bit more to make it slightly thick. Stir, cover, and repeat. By day 5 or 6, you'll start to see bubbles forming. It'll smell slightly tangy, almost like yogurt or beer. About the 6th or 7th day, if it doubles in size after feeding within 4 to 6 hours, then that means it's ready to use. And here's why it's worth it. Sourdough isn't just delicious, it's easy to digest, has a low glycemic impact, and the fermentation actually breaks down gluten and phytic acids. Plus it's alive. You're literally growing your own wild yeast. How cool is that? Alright, now let's make something really special. This loaf is the one that made me fall in love with sourdough because it's basically effortless. You mix it before bed and it does all the work while you sleep. The overnight rise is what gives it that airy crumb and deep complex flavors. It's the same technique used in fancy bakeries, except we're doing it at home for only 80 cents. Let it rest for about 30 minutes while your oven preheats, and then we score it. For the first 25 to 30 minutes, I keep the dough covered in the oven. Here's a trick. Score it again after the 25-minute mark to release more air and expand your dough. Hear that hollow sound? That's how you know it's perfect. Now that's an 80-cent loaf of bread that tastes better than anything you can ever buy. I promise. If you're still watching and actually going to try this, drop a bread emoji in the comments so I know I'm not alone. Okay, one more quick one before we wrap up, because I want to show you that sourdough isn't just for savory. Look at that texture. Tender, moist, bright lemon flavor. This is the recipe that makes people say, wait, this is sourdough? That's about 19 cents per scone. You're welcome. So there you have it. 4 sourdough recipes for under $5 total. Bagels, pizza, an artisan loaf, and lemon scones. Here's what I want you to take away from this. Baking sourdough isn't reserved for professionals or people with tons of time. It's for everyone who wants to try, and that's including you. If you're looking for budget-friendly recipes to cook for those holiday get-togethers, then grab a copy of my Divine Gatherings cookbook. Link is in the description. And make sure you subscribe, because next week I'll be sharing my $20 vegan holiday meal prep. You don't want to miss that one. And I'll see you next time on the next video. Bye for now.